Unwanted telemarketing calls can be a nuisance, especially when you've signed up for a do not call registry.
In tonight's Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Carice Jackman spoke with a woman who decided to fight back after she claims her information was released without her consent.
If you ask what annoys Heather Gaker, it's getting constant calls from strangers.
I just really don't like them. And I think it's an intrusion of our privacy and interrupts our day.
She takes her privacy seriously. It's why she says she signed up to be on the National Do Not Call Registry provided by the FTC. However, Gaker says in 2020, she received 7 unwanted calls from a corporation that argued she gave the okay to get telemarketing calls when she provided her information on a sweepstakes website.
I basically fell victim to falling into the trap of giving my information, my consent unknowingly for them to give my information to hundreds of other people.
Gaker's attorney, Jay Ginsburg, says websites like these make the fine print of consent too small and confusing for people to understand.
The website does everything it can to divert the consumer's eyes away from the fine print camouflage telemarketing language, and instead to look at the dollar signs and the colorful letters that say, where should we send your money? So in discovery, we realized what was supposedly entered.
Gaker filed a lawsuit stating the company violated the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, or TCPA, by placing telemarketing calls to her cell phone without her prior consent, despite her being on the Do Not Call registry. Is this a nationwide issue that we're dealing with here?
It is very much a nationwide issue. Heather alone, when she went to this website, her data was passed on to hundreds of different telemarketers. And there are countless other people who submit this site. It's not just sweepstakes. There have been other cases where courts have found telemarketing consent from sweepstakes to be invalid.
In the end, the judge agreed, saying that each of the 7 calls to Gaker constituted a violation of the TCPA. The court awarded Gaker the maximum $500 for each violation, totaling around $3,500. Gaker wants consumers to know they too have a right to fight for their privacy and for companies to respect it.
It wasn't really about the money for me, but my whole thing about these telemarketing calls are I want them to stop.
With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Carice Jackman.